What's happening, guys? Just wanted to share something with you. I continue to do this deep kind of inner work on myself lately, and this one I wanted to share with you because this really kind of has to do with it's just kind of something that I look at it like the not good enough nemesis, right? And where it comes from, it's just really dealing with kind of this. This feeling sometimes that, we're not enough. We're not good enough. We're not smart enough. We don't measure up to, everybody else, or, we're not strong enough, right? We're not capable enough. We're not worthy enough. All of these not enoughs. And it's like this nemesis, right? And where this came from, was recently I have a mentor who's kind of, coaching and, asking some deep questions to just kind of get to know myself a little bit better. And as a group, we're kind of being challenged to just uncover, kind of like these blocks and parts of ourselves that we tend to hide, that we're afraid to show to the world because we're afraid of, what people might think of us, and things like that. So, and they're kind of the things that stand out about us and make us unique, and these things, like I look at it like, superhero, when the superhero's kind of fighting the villain, right? The nemesis. Every superhero has a nemesis, right? But also every superhero has a superpower. And that's kind of like the challenge that I've been taking on. So I've been asked by my mentor to kind of uncover my superpower, so to speak. He calls it magic, right? What's your magic? And really what it comes down to, whatever we want to call it, it's just kind of like, if you think about it's, maybe the talents or the qualities or the skills or the abilities, and we all have them, right? We all have them. But the thing is that for us, they tend to come naturally to us and kind of easy. So when we're using this superpower of ours, we tend to kind of devalue it and discount it and almost dismiss it in a way because it comes so naturally to us. But yet, when we use it with other people or in the world, it tends to have a really big effect. Like, it makes a really big difference in the lives of other people. And so this has really been like an interesting thing because, for me, I have a lot of trouble kind of seeing, what is it about me? What is my superpower? And I think that the more we get stuck in that and the more we dismiss it, and I kind of realized, like, oh my God, like there are these things about me, and they're simple things, but for me, like I will tend to really dismiss it and devalue it and kind of just discount it because it's a part of me. It's easy for me. And, so I do that. And I think the more that we do that, though, here's the problem. The more that we kind of discount all these talents, skills, and abilities that we have, it's kind of like our unique gifts. The more then we start to feel like we're not enough. Right? Then the more we're starting to battle the not enough nemesis, and that's what happens, because then we don't see the value in what we offer, or in what we're doing, what we can do, or in who we are. And that's like the big realization that I came to, like, oh my God, the more that we're discounting all these talent, skills, abilities, these gifts that we have, the more that we're dealing with all of this not good enough stuff and being filled with self-doubt and feeling like we don't deserve to be doing, have what we want, or that, we don't have the power to have that. And, and it's really, it's heartbreaking. It really is. So, I realized this, like, yesterday I was training a couple of my clients, and I don't know what happened, but maybe it's just because it was at the top of my mind. But when I was working with them, all these realizations just started hitting me about, like, at least, part of this, superpower of mine. When I was working with them, I was like, oh my God, like, I didn't realize, like, what I was doing here and how impactful that it is. And I really, in that instant, it's like, I don't know, my eyes opened up, my perspective changed, and I saw the value that I was providing in what I was doing, and not only in what I was doing, but like how I was being, as a coach, and as a person, in working with them. And I was like, oh man, like, wow, this is really, it was powerful. It was really powerful. But, and it just kind of changed, because before I never really saw it this way or saw myself in this way. And so I discounted everything that I was doing all these years, and it's no wonder why, again, I struggled for so long with like feeling like I was not enough. And so the reason why I wanted to share this video today was just because of that, because, if you're stuck kind of, feeling that way, dealing with the not enough nemesis, it's kind of like an invitation, I guess, to re-examine, how you're looking at yourself, looking at what unique kind of talents, and maybe unique sometimes is a strong word. We tend to, think that, well, if unique, it's got to be like we're saving the world from frickin' starvation or putting an end to it or curing cancer. Like, it doesn't have to be that big. A lot of times it's like the real simple kind of things. But, what are your gifts or your talents, your skills, your abilities, right? And just really kind of think about that. And, sometimes it might come to you. And sometimes like you might just be drawing a blank. And if you draw a blank, it's just like sitting with it. Like, I find that if you just kind of sit with it over the course of the day and just watch yourself, kind of observe yourself through the course of your day, through the conversations that you have, when you're working, or maybe you're just at home, or with the kids, right? Whatever it is, just kind of watch and observe yourself and see if you can identify, what unique kind of talent, skills, and abilities that you have. And I invite you to do that, because I think that when you do, what you'll find is that a lot of that doubt and those feelings of, not being enough will start to change. Because I've noticed it. I've totally noticed it with myself. And that just comes from, once we acknowledge what these gifts of ours are, once we kind of acknowledge our superpower, it changes everything, because we start to see value in what it is, what we're doing, and most importantly, who we are. And it's so important. So, and we don't have to like try to think positive and create vision boards and recite mantras and do all this shit to try to avoid feeling like we're not enough. That stuff just doesn't work well. What we really need to do is kind of rewire our consciousness, right? We have to create some awareness around what it really is that we've got about us that other people find really valuable, really attractive, and that really helps them, makes a big impact, right? And again, it's a lot of times it's just the little things. So anyway, that's what I wanted to share today, and invite you, to do, if you're stuck kind of feeling doubtful about yourself, or, stressed out, overwhelmed, worried, feeling like what your goals in life are just not meant to be, or you can't do it, or, you're not good enough, or whatever it is, and you're doubting yourself. Try this out. Identify your unique skills, talents, abilities, your gifts that you've got, and see how that changes your perspective a little bit. So that's all I've got for today. I hope that this helps. I hope that this connects in some way. And in the meantime, have an awesome day, and I will talk to you next time.